Hi everybody and welcome to, I think, episode 30 of Thought Bubbles. What do we call it? Sparkling insights into community engagement. And I think it's been over a year since my last one. So I think it's about time I got back on track. So hello and welcome. What have I been doing in the last year? I thought was probably a good place to restart Thought Bubbles. What happened a year ago, basically, just over a year ago, is we moved house. My family and I moved house from McLaren Flat to beautiful Blewett Springs. And with that came a fantastic new office because we're on a property in Blewett Springs now. And so we were able to convert one of our sheds into this brilliant space that we can work in and host meetings and seminars and whatnot. But with that came the loss of the NBN. And McLaren Flat, we were very lucky to have incredibly high-speed internet. And here in Blewett Springs, we've got the internet, but it's not incredibly high speed. And so just the recording and uploading of videos actually became a bit trickier. But that's not going to stop me now because I want to start communicating again. And now's as good a time as any. So we've been doing that. So moved house, moved office. A few of the clients I've been working with in the last year, I thought I'd just share a few with you. I worked with the Level Crossing Removal Authority over in Victoria, providing them with some expertise around their online engagement, a bit of an expert review, a few strategies around their engagement. The town of Walkerville did some stuff on their wellbeing strategy, engaging stakeholders. I think we did some speed workshops. So you can only imagine the speed at which I moved running these workshops of 30 minutes, I think, in duration with some key stakeholders. That was great, very high energised. We did some work very recently with Renewal SA, Port Adelaide Enfield Council. Also did some work very recently with the Department for Correctional Services, the Attorney General's Department, the State Records Reform. State Records also worked with the Nylon Response Unit recently around child protection reform. The District Council of Yankalilla have been doing a fair bit of work with recently, the Normanville Beach Access. Local Government Association, I facilitated, kind of emceed the afternoon for their President's Forum earlier this year. Worked with Clear Vision Consulting and Adelaide City Council around a tourism plan for Adelaide and engaging a whole heap of stakeholders in that process. Also with Adelaide City Council, work around events in the parklands policy. Worked with the City and Growth and Investment team. Did some work around North Adelaide Development Plan amendment work. Last year, about this time last year, I was working with the Department for Environment, Water and Natural Resources on the climate change strategy for South Australia, going around the state, engaging people in conversations about climate change. Also did some work with the Dog and Cat Management Board Authority on what is community engagement and looking at how they can get engaging. Also been the guest speaker at various conferences and workshops in the last year. Really excitingly, I was part of the winning team for the Old Royal Adelaide Hospital redevelopment, working with Commercial and General and John Holland. So that involved putting together engagement strategies, and I was looking particularly at the online engagement, and obviously involved presenting and winning that job. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that one. Watch this space. Types of work I've been doing in the last year is probably about 50% facilitation of big events, meetings, conversations with key stakeholders, and 50% strategy writing, planning how you're going to engage, and advising and guiding organisations. The work also probably around 60% focusing on face-to-face and innovative, decent, genuine engagement in person, and what did I say, 60%, and probably 40% of online engagement, so still around how to use those online tools to genuinely engage people in decent conversations that are going to have a good impact in your decision-making or problem-solving process. I've also been pretty busy in my own community. The McLaren Flat Hospital, I'm still on the board of that. Did a short stint as the chair, but stepped down. I'll come to that in a sec why I stepped down to that from that. But that's been keeping me busy, as well as I've got a second business that some people now in my day job, this is my day job, are spotting me out and about, and kind of connecting the two, in that I run another business called Winey Kids, which is about promoting wine regions as places that you can actually enjoy with your family. That's had all sorts going on, with Mummy's Wine Club being launched in Adelaide and relaunched in McLaren Vale, new website. We've done a recce visit to the Barossa Valley and also recently hosted down in Langhorne Creek, so that's been crazy. And then just that little fact that I also had a baby in the last year. So I got pregnant and I had 9 months of a really, really tough, tiring pregnancy. And then had the baby, and she's a beautiful girl called Florence, and she's now 4 months old, and she's fantastic. she's great, and she's slotted right into our family and is kind of looking at me occasionally saying, what are we doing now, Mummy? We are going at a very fast speed. And we have been, and it has been a crazy year, but that's me. So I hope you're all well out there, and I'll be maybe back in touch next week with another Thought Bubbles. Do send me any requests you've got. I used to get them when I was doing these before. If you've got any particular questions or something that you want me to talk about in relation to community engagement or anything else, because I'm always happy to talk about anything. Okay, enough for now. See you next time. Bye.